Morning guys, Gucci Gongcha here, and I'm gonna be going over whether or not you should be playing Alchemy Stars. Short answer, I honestly think you should give this game a chance. Very fun, has good elements to it. Similar to if you've ever played Arknights, like myself, I enjoy a lot of that. This game has a lot of similarities to it, as in all like the small benefits, all that stuff. Just the gameplay is a little different. Or it has a lot of similarities to that, so if you liked Arknights, it's definitely a really good game to at least try out. I've been playing this for about since release, which happened about from the recording of this video 24 hours ago, so it's technically day 2, but it is a lot of fun. First and foremost, I think at every game we'll go over the gacha system. The gacha system is there is a beginner banner, very similar to Arknights. Guaranteed a 6-star in 21 pools. You have to do the first one for it, pretty much all that nonsense, but it's very similar to Genshin Impact from the comparability of the two. They have the limited time summoning thing, which is a special star flares, and they have the normal star flares here that only can be used on the standard banner, which just has a plethora of units, but yeah, I guess that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. They split the two, so yeah. Very similar to Genshin Impact, the summoning wise. The rate itself is 2%, exactly the same as Arknights. Raid up units have to get a raid up unit it's 50-50, exactly the same as Arknights once again, so it's a 1% chance to get the raid up unit, and another 1% chance to get any other 6-star. At the moment, Carleen and Udio is not on the standard banner. Looking through the units here, you would not see their names. At the moment, they are currently limited time. I do not know if they're going to take the Arknights route and just chuck them in after their banner leaves, or if they're going to just, chuck them in afterwards. Exactly what Arknights did. Chuck them in afterwards, or they're just actually just limited time units. Not too sure. I'm assuming they're going to chuck them in afterwards. It's probably my assumption, but I could be wrong, and I do not want to advise the wrong thing at the moment as the release of this game. Their pity system is it's pretty much identical to Arknights. If you don't pull a 6-star in 50 pools, you'll go up. You'll increase from 2 to 2.5, 4.5. So it goes up by 2.5% each single that you do after 50 pools without a 6-star. And so it's around 6 multis for a 6-star, guaranteed-ish. If you're unlucky, 7. Similar to Arknights, for me, the golden rule Arknights 6 multis per the rate up or per the unit for the 6-star. So pretty much it's pretty much there, and if you get 1 it resets. Pretty much identical. Rate up, pity. Just the summoning itself with these special star flares, more of Genshin style. On top of the summons, they have a store very similar to Arknights and Genshin. Once again, in Arknights terms, a green cert and a gold cert shop. This is where you just pull the normal ones, like star gems. These are 3 stars, 4 stars, dupes of them, and you'll get this star gems. And you can buy. The shop's more the way it works is similar to Arknights, but the shop is more of a Genshin shop, where you can buy special star flares, which is the limited time banner summons. You can buy 5 of that, and then 5 of the normal star flares. Very similar to the Genshin shops. Star Store is very similar. They have that too. This is the SS star gems, where you pull 5 or 6 stars dupes. So there's that. And then this store, which is like Genshin, this is the normal summoning cards you get from the game for free. You can just change them into special star flares, normal star flares, instead of doing it on the banners. I guess either way works. Next thing I want to go through is I think we'll go through the units itself. There's 4 different elements: water, fire, lightning, and forest is what we're calling it. And they work very similar to, like, I guess, Pokemon. Water's good on fire, fire's good on earth, but except they add the lightning in there, so... Or forest, I mean. Fire's good on forest, forest is good on lightning, lightning's good on water. And let's say, for example, water attacks a fire, you do 20% more damage, 120% damage in total. If water attacks water, it's normal 100. If water attacks the forest, it's normal damage. But if water attacks fire, you get 20% more. But if water attacks lightning, it's 20% less. So it's a 20% differentiation between whether they're good on you or whether they're not. As for what you should do at the start of like rerolling or something, maybe go for a water type. Because at the start, I think water types are probably the best start in the game. You start with Vice, amazing 5-star unit to start with. Due to her, I say due to her range. You connect 4 tiles, it just attacks the 2 closest enemies, and if you get more, you attacks more. But it is amazing because you could be anywhere on the map and you can still hit 2 people if you just got 4 tiles to connect. It is really good because last thing you want is having an awkward range. I'll use Rafael as an example, and you can see she attacks in a column. I can't hit it. It's not everyone, dude. If someone's in this corner, it's gonna be a little hard to hit. I'll need to have to step on 9 and be like on this one, or step on 5 and up here. So I say and the captain always attacks. The captain is like your main person you use. They always attack no matter what tiles you step on. So for most water, for example, water team, you want to step on the water tiles so everyone can attack. But if I don't have any, next best thing, I guess. But since, I could connect 4 tiles anywhere, she'll attack anyone on the map. She's really good. Anyone that I think should be at least your captain. I think at the moment, your captain could be any attribute. Honestly, you could get away with that. But the rest of your team, I believe, should be the same color. Like, I could switch Vice out for someone else that does similar things to her. And probably won't affect it too much. But mainly why you should probably stick with the same element. Just because you have tile converters in this game. There's tile converters, DPS, and supporters. And there's other gimmicky stuff like teleporters and stuff. But for now, I think, that should... Like, tile converters are so strong at the moment, at least to me. Because I have technically three tile converters. Rafael tile converts and heals. And then she's a pure tile converter, and then she tile converts and does damage. So... at the moment, the converters are really strong, just because if you get the raw time, which is connecting 15 of the same color tiles, you get a free turn, which means you can pump out more DPS. But yeah, and then definitely have a healer. I think towards the start of the game, you probably don't need one, but later on in the game, you'll definitely need one. So, so just getting her. She's in the shop for $1.50, I think it was, or something like that, $1 maybe. And it's she's one of the better healers. She's a 5-star healer. She heals at the end of if you connect the tile every turn, which is insane, dude. I think she's actually a really good healer. And then her skill is to teleport and heal, so you can get away, for example, a boss's square of damage and heal. So it's really good on top of her normally already healing, So another thing I like to go over about the units. Upgrade, just leveling your units. Very similar to Arknight style. You have to have the level unit max level to E1 them, or Elite 1 them. In this game, it's called Ascension, and there's 3 levels of Ascension. Ascension 1, 2, and 3. First Ascension is getting your equipment skill. It's kind of like a passive in a sense. Kind of just there, does damage. But I like the Ascension levels in this game, because if you go back to level 1 in some gacha games, or some games in general, once you like promote something, or in this case ascend something, they'll go back to level 1, they'll lose a bunch of the stats, and you have to re-level them. But in this game, as you can see, the stats actually go up, similar to Arknights. They actually go up, even though they're level 1 and Ascension 1. So that's what I like about gacha games. So that means you can just keep using them without worrying about, I need some EXP stuff to level them up. For units, I'll probably have to move this to the front, because I don't know if I covered them. But for units, when you ascend them, they get, because there's 3 Ascension levels, at Ascension 3, they get an alternative art, like in Arknights, the E2. Some of them, they look amazing, by the way, so it's gonna be like that when I work on E2 units, only for the art. even if the unit is crap. Next thing I'll go through is the breakthrough. Breakthrough uses heartstones, and you can get them pretty. For me, they're not too bad to get as a red gem. I guess I could say this because I spent a decent amount of money on this game, but you get them for dupes and stuff like that for summoning, just summoning in general. And for 5 stars, 4, 5, and 6 stars, they just need 5 copies of the unit. You know, 1 for the actual unit, 4 dupes to like max dupe someone. But having more stars does really affect the unit slightly. Because you can see 5 stars, there's only 5 stars here to cover. The first star always opens up with the same for 5 stars, like HP. And then the next 4, you see you need these things here, which is a dupe of the character. And of course you still need the heartstones, they're just there because you need them all the time. Preemptive strike, HP and defense seems to be like on everyone. And then there's this is actually quite nice. Yeah, your base attack by 1 and then you get more range. Really good. That's for 5 stars. For 6 stars, 1, please. Okay. Or maybe not. What's happening? I'm playing on blue stack. Oh my god, that scared me. I'm playing on blue stacks. It's a little laggy, so if you play on your phone, it's probably a lot smoother. But as you can see, breakthroughs for 6 stars. You have 6 stars to cover. The first 2 is HP defense. It's always going to be like that. Heartstones, and then as you see, you just need the 4 dupes. For 4 stars, you don't get these ones with just the heartstones. You just have to straight up go into dupes, which is fine because you'll get a lot more 4 stars than anything. For right now, I don't know if they're worth pushing. Some of them seem okay, but I don't know yet because like pulling a unit is already quite difficult. So getting dupes, I don't know how it's going to be like either Genshin dupes where they change the game completely, or like Arknight's dupe, which is kind of nice just to have the stats or whatnot. So I'm not too sure yet, probably have to see. From right now, I'm feeling like it's an Arknight thing. It's quite nice to have the dupes, but you know, not a must. Not a must. That will be and the formation of your team should, I don't know. For me, I like to have the captain with the most range, and then someone like Carlin who's got like a tiny range, and then slowly get the ranges get bigger. Because if I have like the other way around, and then let's say she kills them, and then the Carlin's in range still, she probably won't do anything. While let's say she could hit someone else instead, stuff like that. So I try to make the smallest ranges towards the start. The healer can go anywhere because they're just healing you anyway, not doing any damage. Next thing I'll go over is the Colossus. This is, I would say, very important. It's similar to the base and Arknights, pretty much. This is pretty much your head base, your headquarters in a sense, but the bridge is one of the most important parts. It determines whether or not how many resource places you have open, pretty much. And of course you want more, because then you get more passive resources. And of course, like in Arknights, you can put units in there. And the units give a small passive. And what I like about this game is you don't have to have 6 stars to pump them like in other games. You can put Amy, same percentage, 2%. Where I can put my Carlin in here, 2%. She's just a 6 star though. Though of course the higher stars you have, you know, it's kind of, it doesn't mean too much at the moment. So that's quite nice, noob friendly. And you don't feel like you're missing out on shit, you know. You can just kind of put whoever just has the same thing. In this place, I might as well put her in. I believe it may just level up your affinity a bit more at the moment. Okay, these grids. They help resupply your fireflies. And your firefly, I could say, is very similar to the drone system in Arknights. They help build stuff sometimes, and then they also this thing, the Lumina. You need Lumina. It's kind of like the power plants in Arknights, where you need the power to power up these other rooms. Without it, without it, you can't do anything with it, you know. So I still have a lot of room. I have only used 80 out of the 200 because I have them both at level 2 at the moment, and I'm working on my other rooms. But of course, if it's right at max, I can't do anything else. You know, I cannot level up anything else. I can't add more rooms, so it's definitely to keep an eye on this. This is probably the second most important after the bridge. Next one, I believe, I'll have to say is the Prism Pillar. The Prism Pillar feeds you energy. It gives you pretty much free energy. As you can see, you get 1 per hour or something, but it's free energy at the end of the day, and more energy, the more time you can spend on the game, the more resources you can go farm for, stuff like that. Of course, you can put someone in there, anyone you want, that pumps more. The core is very similar to Arknight's decor in their dormitories. The more you have, the more of this mood points you have, of course. And depending on your bridge level, it is capped. And of course, the more mood bonus, that means to improve the mood for your units, they can gift you and increase visits from friends. So very nice, passive stuff, more gifts, which means you can build more affinity of units. Affinity is like trust in Arknights. The more affinity you have, the more passive stats they get. So you want that, and it's as fast as possible at the moment, you know. Explore. Actually, we'll go for dispatch because I think dispatch is pretty important. Dispatch is kind of like your exploration in some games, is what they call it. You can explore these maps and get free resources. For example, this one here, you get money, EXP for lightning, ascension materials, and summoning currency. And of course, they have a recommended water and a converter. And then you can just chuck in your water converters, or a converter, or just a water, as long as they hit one of the 2 recommended, you know, and you can pump them out. As you can see at the moment, I've got 0, and they refill, I believe, like every 5-6 hours or something. But at the moment, because mine's only level 1, I can dispatch 2 teams, but I can't even dispatch because I don't have any attempts. And you can see all these dispatch places have a star limit on them. Some 3, some 4, and then some 5. Probably wanted to pump out the 5-star ones first, stuff like that. And of course, I just completed this exploration right here, and you get a new quest in like 19 hours or so. What was that? Jeez. But yeah, my attempts are limited, and your dispatch attempts need a refill, stuff like that. So I believe leveling this up is good. Passive ascension materials, money, EXP, and even summoning currency. So this is up there on level of importance, I guess. Exploration and resource. I don't go out of my way to use this. I don't know if you guys have unlocked it yet, but you have to finish like maybe chapter 2, start chapter 3. You get something called secret something. I can quickly go check actually. Secret territory. From what I can see, this looks like a roguelike thing with like relics and passives. As you can see, I've only played a tiny bit, but that gives you this resource, and you need this resource to like push. When it drops to 0, you're done, you know. So your base gives you this resource, and relics is kind of like the passives. Oh, where you see detonator units have a 15% chance for a normal attack to deal, stuff like that. These are relics similar to Arknight's roguelike. You get these relics on the side, and they have a shop where you can buy stuff. These are, I believe, just gifts, except for this. This is 2 summons on the standard banner, but the rest of these, I believe, are just gifts to help build a thing. And then this is like your normal shop. You can just spend your normal gold, buy EXP stuff, buy gifts. So, and then this is Ascension material, which I've already brought. But yeah. I think that covers out most of the game. My recording's gone on for longer than I hoped for. I'll cover a little bit more though. This here unlocks after 1-9. It's just a news feature, but there is a redeem or a code system in this game. They'll autofill your server, your character name, and the code is Alchemy stars, all lowercase, no spaces, and yeah, you just get that. What I believe is like the free materials. There's nothing summoning materials, stuff like that. Actually, it's probably my mail somewhere. Yes. Okay. This, you get money. This thing, the heartstones for the dupes or the breakthroughs in this game, and the anonymous gift, which gives you blue gifts, so you can give people. Pretty nice. It's all free. There's this chatting system here to build affinity, or when you build affinity with them, you can talk to them. Some of them lead you back into the base to talk to them in the base, pretty much, and helps you. I probably should go into this. Once it loads. Okay, so once you're in your base, you can talk to people, and you can unlock the lounge, cafe, rec room, and bar. This is just by talking to people in your base with the yellow exclamation mark. When something pops up in your base that you need to like collect or something, there's something here and it'll be like a yellow exclamation mark. Kind of like Arknights where it comes out that blue thing on the top right. And you just tap on it, you can see what you got to collect. Similar to that. And you unlock all this by, from what I can understand, they don't really give you anything. They're just kind of there. And mind you, like, they cap out on level. So 1 of 1, all of them. So the only one I could see useful is this cafe. You get this book system. I'm not too sure if the lore or just more information, because I don't have any of them, but that's what I'm assuming it is. And that's about it. The rest of them just kind of just hang there, do stuff, I guess. You can kind of see the interactions between the units or whatnot. But yeah, this is, I think this would be very important to work on at the start. If it's like Arknights, you probably want to max your base out with your, alongside your units around the same time, because it's like passive income, and having more of that, just more passive resources come in without knowing, it's so helpful. It means you have to spend less energy on farming, and you can spend it elsewhere. Like pushing content, stuff like that. This could be super important. And once you like max out your base, you probably never have to touch it again, which is fine, because that means you're working on peak passive income, passive efficiency in a sense. So, but I guess I'll shut up now. Last thing actually, quests. There's this limited time growth thing at the moment. You can get a free diner plus 11 singles. It's really good. I suggest everyone to be focusing on these things. If you finish this, probably work on your dailies after that. Do whatever you want, farm, level up units, work on your base, stuff like that. Super important. Diner is a pretty decent lightning unit too. If you don't have any lightning units, then obviously a free 5-star lightning unit is welcomed. Even if you have her, do system is there. Yeah, so not the end of the world, but this game is looking very promising to me. Very, very promising. With the illustrator here, which is kind of just like soundtrack, CG. This personal intel is probably my favorite part. It's pretty neat. It's like these like small factions in the game. You can see that. It's just neat, I guess. And the last thing I'll touch on is the warehouse, which is kind of like your depot in Arknights. You just see all your materials and stuff like that. They have this old seal, which I'm assuming is like the raid-like system, because I've seen something like that in this game. But you have to beat 714. I'm assuming you need like high-level units skilled up and stuff like that. So that'll probably be a little bit. This game itself looking very promising. At the moment, it's really fun. If you feel free to add me or something, I'm not too sure how to do that. I'm assuming just go for the ID. My friend support is there. Though, mind you, none of them is leveled except for Rafael, because I'm only using water squads. I'll get around to work on everyone eventually. I'm assuming you'll need like different, because the raids probably have different elements, and you probably want to build a mono team for the particular raids, I'm assuming. So we'll get around to that point. But right now, as of this moment, day 2 of the game, loving the hell out of it, dude. Loving it. Okay. At this point, I might end the video here and stop bothering you guys and wasting you guys' time. I was trying to be really quick and concise about everything, so recording's going for longer than I would have liked. And enjoy the rest of your day.